Okay, hello guys. First and foremost, before I start today's video, video, did I say video? I meant video. Before I start today's video, I just want to thank everyone. It was my birthday recently, and I want to thank everyone who wished me a happy birthday on Twitter. That was really awesome of you, so thanks very much. But yeah, right to it. So, oh yeah, sorry I'm filming in a different room today. I filmed in this room before and the lighting's not great in here, so I apologise. The last time I filmed in here it made it look like I only had half a moustache. I don't know if that is still the case, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, apologies. But on to the topic. So today I'm going to be talking about Sammy Samosa, and I'm hoping that he's watching this video. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath, but hopefully he is. I'm going to make this video as if I am talking to him. So, hi, Sammy. This is a video response, if you like, to the video that he put out, his one and only one-time special podcast. It's a kind of a response to that, if you like. Now, I don't know if you know me, Sammy. I'm going to go with make an assumption that you don't, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of history about how long I've been on YouTube and what I've done with this channel in particular. I won't bore you with stuff I've done before this channel. So this channel is just a channel that I do as a hobby. I upload on it from time to time. Majority of my videos are about DSP. The last time I uploaded was well over a month ago. Yeah, the videos are spaced out. Though there's a lot of DSP videos, they are spaced out. So, you know, people want to say I'm obsessed with him. You've got to look at the facts, you know. Oh, he's uploaded a video here in August about Phil, and then he's uploaded one 2 months later, blah, blah, blah. There's time in between. I've said this time and time again. Anyway, so 2013. I won't bore you, Sammy. I'll try and get to the point. I know you've got a short attention span. 2013. Early 2013. DSP called a guy by the name of Evil AJ mentally ill. I didn't think this was appropriate, so I made a video basically giving my views on Phil and what he'd said. So that was way back in 2013. A couple of years ago now. Now, I'll get to why I mentioned that in a minute, but just so you know, that I'm not jumping on any bandwagon with this shit or anything like that you might think. I've been around for a while, calling Phil out on his bullshit, shall we say. So I've wrote a few notes because there was a lot to talk about with this this video that Sammy has released. So if I'm looking down here from time to time, then I'm just looking at notes. So basically, this video, you might think, is to expose Sammy. But the thing is, it's not needed, because Sammy's argument has died 3 times already. He got owned when he was on the Samosa Podcast by Fred. He got owned twice on that podcast, because, first of all, Fred owned him. He owned himself because I think that he actually did more to damage his own sort of argument than Fred did, because Fred didn't have to. And then he damaged his argument and any credibility he had left, which he didn't have any to begin with this video he just released. So for me to expose or own Sammy at this stage, it's impossible. His argument is already dead. I'm just here pretty much to close the casket on it. Now, first of all, first thing I want to say, there's a lot I want to say. He actually refers to, in this video, this exposing video, the one-time only podcast, he refers to the debate he had on the Samosa Podcast as a debate. Now, there's a lot of bullshit that happened around this sort of debate. He called, first of all, it was a debate. He challenged Fred to a debate. Then he changed it to shooting the shit. And then he referred to it as a debate within the podcast. Then he referred back to it as shooting the shit, and now he's come out on this fucking podcast that he's done, again referring to it as a debate. Which is it? What is your... Here's what I think happened. I think you challenged Fred to a debate, And after listening, you obviously don't know what a debate is. And you panicked. I mean, you're obviously scared going into it because you made all sorts of crazy demands where it had to be a one-on-one with Fred, which was reasonable. I understand that, and Fred gave you that with no problem. But then you also made crazy demands like, oh, everyone has to leave, blah 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 in the chat, and I'll only do it if the sun fucking is up in the air and it's blocked out by the sun on the third Friday of the fucking... he made just ridiculous demands, I think, to try and get out of it, but I'll give him his props. He actually went to the podcast, got owned, but he kept referring to it as shooting the shit, because I think he wanted Fred to go easy on him, basically. But now it's back to a debate again. Now he's out of the firing range, if you like. What shocks me the most, Sammy, again I'm talking as if you're watching, is that you're so delusional. The fact is, there was 400 odd people or something watching, I can't remember exactly the number, watching that podcast, and I guarantee you were the only one that walked away thinking that you won. And that you think you owned Fred and the Sons of Kojima and the entire anti-DSP community. You actually think that you owned them. And in this podcast, it's evident, again, you think that you have owned them. You are so deluded. And that's what makes you... You can't... You turned up to this debate or shooting the shit or whatever you want. Fred presented you with facts, evidence, all sorts of stuff. And I gave you arguments which you couldn't come back on. You even at one point said, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Fred's trying to show you some evidence. I don't have time for evidence. You never said that as a direct quote, but that's what you said. You didn't have time for facts. Your arguments were based on bullshit, basically. Now, at one point, you said something in the podcast like, I don't have time for the he said, she said bullshit, or something like that, which is hilarious, because if you don't have time for the he said, she said bullshit, your main arguments and things that you're exposing in your one and only time podcast are he said, she said bullshit. Well, mainly just you said bullshit. Like, for example, you accuse Fred of being a part of the swatting. You say that you don't think that Fred has swatted him, but you think that Fred... No, so you don't even say you think. You say it as fact that Fred knows who was responsible for swatting DSP, and Fred told him when to do it. And what evidence did you have to support this claim? Ah, yeah, you did have some evidence. That he got swatted on a Wednesday. That's your evidence. Because the Sons of Kojima podcast is on a Thursday. Of course, the day of the week shows who did it. So it was all just a big mastermind plan by Fred Fucks, because it was on a Wednesday, and he wanted to have something to talk about on the podcast on a Thursday. That's all the evidence that you need to pin that on fucking Fred Fucks. You have no idea what you're doing. You should not have ever stood up and tried to make yourself get out there and defend DSP when you have nothing to defend him with. You want to carry on watching him, thumbing up his videos and being a casual fan, giving him $160 of your money, then that's fine. But don't get into arguments with people that have reasons for saying what they're saying about him in a negative light, if you like, and come at them without anything factual to support your argument. You can't just come out and just make wild accusations. That's not an argument, that's just you spreading bullshit. You know, that's like me just saying that you lure children into your gingerbread house and then saying, oh, I own Sammy Samosa because I just told everyone that he lured children into his gingerbread house. Oh, Ludes, what's the evidence for him luring children into his gingerbread house? Come on, guys, he works at Whole Foods. They sell gingerbread on Wednesdays. He works on Wednesdays. Therefore, he lures children into his gingerbread house. It's fucking stupid. How a debate works, how this thing works, is that you pick an argument, you say your side of it, and then you go, here's why I think this. Bang. Proof. You show proof. You don't just say, yeah, it was on a Wednesday. It was on a Wednesday. You fucking idiot. Anyway, yeah, so, he said a lot of stupid things. He said that Fred, during the debate shooting the shit, tried to take the polite route, which obviously was a mistake because he got really owned hard by Sammy. I think you've got it kind of wrong, Sammy. The reason that Fred was kind of polite, if you like, he didn't really have to go any higher than first gear in the debate against you. He could calmly own you. If you'd been more challenging, maybe he would have to sort of like pull out the big guns and go, oh shit, Sammy's making some good points. Sammy's making me look a bit foolish here. I'm getting a bit stressed. I'm going to pull out some big guns, blah, blah, blah. He really didn't have to. Basically, Fred's strategy for beating you in the debate was simple. It was just to let you talk and occasionally chime in. He made you look such a fool, but you made yourself look an even bigger fool, which was incredible. It's amazing. You basically you beat yourself in that debate, or shooting the shit, whatever. You go on in your thing as well to say, you basically make out that Fred is the leader of the whole anti-DSP community. Now, like I said before, I'm not claiming, this isn't some sort of claim by me, this is just me giving you a little bit of you could easily say that I am a DSP hater, recruiter, I don't know what the fuck, but my point is this. I made my first video, anti-DSP video if you like, in 2013, which predates the Sons of Kojima and Fred Fucks. Now I can tell you at that time, I wasn't the only person doing stuff like that, exposing DSP. So if Fred Fucks is sort of manipulating everyone in the anti-DSP community, how did he get people like me, who predate what he's doing in the Sons of Kojima, to go after Phil? How did he do that? Is he some sort of like mind-controlling person? Did he sort of get in our heads before he even made his presence known, and we all went to sort of like start the attack or some bullshit? I'm just curious, because you have an answer for everything. I thought maybe you could shed some light on that for me. And you say as well that his Twitter handle, "This is how you don't play," should not be used by him, and it's a spit in the face to Evil AJ, because Evil AJ is the creator of This Is How You Don't Play, so Fred Fucks using that Twitter handle is a spit in the face. How so? You need to explain that to me. To me, that's more like a nod, a show of respect to Evil AJ. Maybe even sort of showing, he's a fan of the This Is How You Don't Play series. That's like me saying you have an avatar of John Cena, so that's a direct spit in the face to John Cena, because you're trying to make out like you're John Cena. It's literally on that level of idiocy, you saying that. But, I mean, you had to fill that 30 minutes of bullshit somehow, I understand. You didn't really have anything in the way of good arguments, so why not just make some shit up? So, sorry, I'm looking at my notes again. Oh yeah, this was quite funny to me. You said how Phil, we all make Phil out to be greedy, and it's kind of ironic because Fred Fucks has a picture of Tony Montana as his avatar, who Tony Montana's very greedy, so that's kind of ironic. Well, what I thought was kind of ironic is, since we're talking about irony, since you seem to know so much about irony, I thought that it was funny how you said that life is about making money and living within your means. I'm so glad you said that, because that's so ironic that you think that. Because Philip Bernal, Mr. Phil Bernal, I would, from what I know, Sammy, and I know it's a bit unusual to you because I'm actually going to back my statements up now with facts and I'm using logic to argue this, is that Phil doesn't live within his means. I mean, whether you agree or not, Sammy, and I don't care if you do disagree because, I don't really give a flying fuck where you stand on what I'm saying, because I don't actually think you have anything valid to add to anything regarding this situation. The DSP is living well beyond his means. And, if he's at the point where he's having to go to Patreon and beg, why is he going on staycations? Why, if he was in tremendous financial difficulty, did he move house? I've said this all before. Why did he then make it rain, go on staycations, buy fancy artwork, buy a fucking massive TV and shit like that, 2 PS4s, Live within your means, Sammy. That's good advice. But what's ironic is the person you're defending doesn't do that. So maybe you should make a second time podcast where you can address, give Phil some advice maybe. Yeah, also your comparison on how the pro-DSP community is better than the anti-DSP community, because the pro-DSP community has no pressure, whereas the anti-DSP community has no pressure. See, I don't think that either community has any pressure. I think it's on the individual and what pressure you put on yourself. I wouldn't say, me personally, I clearly show no kinds of pressure. My last video was, like I say, well over a month ago, and during that time I didn't feel under pressure that I had to come back and make another one. Phil did a lot of stupid shit, and I wanted to make a video talking about it, but, one thing led to another. I didn't do it. I didn't sort of go, oh god, I missed the opportunity to make this video. Oh my god, my deadlines. Oh, my boss Fred's going to be really mad at me if I don't get this video out on time. There was no pressure. I've got a bit of time now, I'm making this video on you. No pressure. And I can say that it's the same with everyone, well, most people I know in the anti-DSP community, just you know more than me, Sammy, but people don't feel under pressure to get these videos out or anything like that. I don't know where you've made that up from. And then you say people in the pro-DSP community don't have any pressure. Yeah, I agree, most of them don't. However, you say like, oh, it's not like we all have to go, oh, we have to like Phil's videos. Well, he does kind of tell you need to like all videos. If you want to say you're really pro-Phil, Phil does put pressure on you guys. Why aren't you watching my content? Oh, come on, guys. If you're not going to watch this game, I'm not going to play it. Like my videos. Tell everyone about me. And also, if anyone slags me off, say, if someone says Phil's really bad, you say, no, only fucking stupid people believe that. So yours to go around, like all his videos. If you're a casual fan, you give him $160 on Patreon. And you've got to spread the word about him. So you've got to advertise for him. You've got to financially support him. You've got to make sure you watch all the videos and like them all. That seems like quite a bit of pressure, Sammy. On the pro-DSP community, it seems like a hell of a lot of pressure. But, hey, what do I know? I'm just using facts. Yeah, so I'm going to try and round this off now. I'm probably going to talk for another 10 minutes. By addressing some of your arguments, and I'm not doing this, I just want to make this clear, I'm not doing this because I don't think that Sons of Kojima or Fred Fucks can't handle themselves. I'm not jumping in there to sort of take the bullet for them and go, oh shit guys, I'll got this one for you. I'm doing this because I wanted. They've shown they can own you. They've owned you once. I'm doing this because I want to make this video. But because you think that we're all Fred's minions and stuff, I just wanted to make it clear that I'm doing this of my own free will. Look, Fred's not here. There's no gun to my head. I'm doing this because I want to. But anyway, I'll address the arguments. Because I wrote down what I classed as to be your arguments, and I wanted you to have some answers. So first of all, Fred doesn't have a job, you want proof. And you showed a picture of your Whole Foods cap. Congratulations on getting a branch open in South Park, by the way. That's really good. I'm hoping to see you in an episode, Sammy. You want proof that Fred has a job. I'm kind of going to dodge that question because, I kind of want to know why that matters in this circumstance. Fred never said at any point that, before you start making any pro-DSP arguments, can you confirm that you're employed? I don't see what him having a job has to do with anything. But again, why would he lie about having a job? Well, I don't understand. And if let's say Fred was lying and it came out that Fred was unemployed and he was lying about selling phones, would that damage anything he had to say against DSP? No, it wouldn't. So, because like myself, he backs up everything he says with factual evidence, so I don't see how him not having a job would affect that. So that's my sort of response to you for that. Again, you saying that Fred was involved in the swatting because it was on a Wednesday. I think I've covered that one enough, but I just want to say, come on man, you really are going to use your evidence as being that the swatting happened a day before the podcast. Like, fucking hell. I feel that you're such an idiot that it's pointless me even going in any further. I don't think that I can sway you any other way, but hey, there you go. The spelling bee that you addressed that Fred and Che had on the following podcast, you say was just to make Fred look more intelligent and superior. So that was all a big ruse, was it? hey guys, I want to fake a spelling bee today so that I can look more intelligent and superior, because everybody knows that good spellers are the most superior and intelligent of everyone, and if people know I'm a good speller, then they'll be easy to control. Like, is that one of your... I don't know what I can say. If you believe that, I don't know what I can say to sway you, other than maybe hearing me say that out loud has made you think, oh, that does sound pretty dumb. But I doubt it. But there you go, here's hoping. Now, you also go on to say, like, I don't get this, that we're now, all the haters are relying on Phil's health to fail, because we're doing such a bad job of taking him out of business, which is no one's intention, by the way. I'm not sure where you got that from. That we're relying... I just want to know where you got that from, because is there someone that's actually been saying, oh, I really hope something bad happens to Phil's health? I don't... maybe you could tell me who said that, because I don't think that anyone has been saying anything like that, and I want to know... I think you've probably just made it up, like you do. And you say that, unlike Hideo Kojima, Phil is actually in business doing well. Well, I would argue that, okay, yeah, Hideo Kojima is no longer with Konami right now. But to say that Phil is still in business and doing better, I'm pretty sure, now I don't know a lot about Hideo Kojima's finances, but I'm pretty sure he could retire and never work again and live comfortably. Whereas Phil, who's still in business of sitting down talking over computer games, is having to beg because he's not making enough money off of the advertising on his videos. So, I think your little thing of Phil's got a one-up on Hideo Kojima is just moronic. Just saying that. And finally, now, again, I don't know, there's pointless me saying this, but I'm going to say it because Fred said this to you multiple times on the podcast, but it doesn't seem like you listened. You seem to think that everyone's goal is to take DSP out. I just want to say this out loud. That's not people's goal. I don't know why you think that's the end game, especially concerning the Sons of Kojima, that their goal of their podcast is to take DSP out. And you've gone as far as to put a time limit on it. You've told Fred that if he can't take DSP out of business by 2016, then he's lost, basically. What kind of moronic bullshit is that? First of all, he told you 50 million fucking times that his goal isn't to put Phil out of business. So if someone's saying, that's not my goal, that's not my goal. Yeah, but you need to do it. You need to do it. And then you've set a deadline on it. He's told you that that's not what he is there to do. So how would let's say somehow he does manage to take DSP out of business, how's that him proving any point? I don't understand. And how is him, say it gets to January, which probably is going to happen, and Phil's still going to be in business, how does that prove Fred wrong? If Fred's, and the anti-DSP community's arguments are, Phil's a hypocrite, he's ungrateful, he's greedy, blah blah blah, how do those points go away and become nil when he's still in business in January? The ability to have him taken out... again, this is not me saying, I'm not comparing him to someone like this, but let's look at Kim Jong-un, right? Now, is he the nicest of guys? Is he the best sort of ruler? I hope he's not watching. Is he the best kind of ruler? I'm not comparing Phil to him, this is just an example, okay? No, he's not the nicest of people, is he? He's in the wrong, you might say, with how he runs his country, right? If he's not taken out of business by a certain time, does that then mean that everything... Oh, he can't be stopped, so everything he's doing is right? Is that what it means? Oh, yeah, look... Oh, what about Hitler? Say it took a while to, win the Second World War. It took maybe longer than you'd like, Sammy. Maybe you'd be like, guys, if you don't stop Hitler by this time, then you've lost because you've not proved him wrong. Like, I don't get you. Like, it's the same with Phil. Not as extreme, but a certain time limit, if he's not been stopped, doesn't make his arguments right, what he's doing right. And your argument for putting the deadline on this situation was because why not? Well, no, that doesn't fly. How does that... Oh, because why why not? Like, oh, good point. I didn't think of it like that. Thank you for opening my eyes. And then you go, did Solid Snake have a wide time limit to stop his brother Liquid in Metal Gear 1? Metal Gear Solid, by the way, Sammy. It's not Metal Gear 1. There's a Metal Gear 1, 2. And then there's Metal Gear Solid. But I won't bore you with that. So, because a fictional character in a computer game didn't have a long time limit to stop his brother, neither should Fred Fucks, whose goal isn't what you're saying, by the way. So, Fred, you've got till January to stop Fred, you've got till January to achieve a goal that you've not set out to achieve, and the reason you've got this time limit is because a fictional character in a computer game didn't have a wide time limit to stop their fictional character brother from doing a bunch of evil shit in that computer game. If that's not logic, I don't know what is. Well done, Sammy. Well done. Yeah. Now some closing advice. You want my advice, Sammy? You sound smarter with your mouth shut. So, yeah, I'm not... This is not me trying to be an internet tough guy. I'm just saying. This is just me saying, you know, I would leave it now and not upload anything else on the matter. Personally. And if you're watching this, I think that it's in your best interest, and you can do it if you want, but I would advise you not to. It's in your best interest not to respond to me in this video. Because if you respond to me and try and argue back to me, I'll make another video. And I can guarantee you, whatever you come back at me with, I will fucking own you. For real. Seriously. Now, I'm not talking about I'm going to come to Whole Foods and slap the shit out of you. I'm not being internet tough guy. I mean, I will make you look fucking stupid. Anything, and I can say this confidently, anything you can come at me with will not fucking bother me at all, and it'll be bullshit. But anything I can come at you with will make you look fucking dumb. And do you know what the worst thing is? You won't even fucking know. You'll go around, I would have made you look like a fucking clown, and you'll walk away thinking, I own that, MrLewdacris. And that's even worse. But by all means, if you want to come back at me with another video, do it. But I personally advise you not to. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope to have more videos soon. If I don't make another video before, which I probably won't, happy Halloween everyone. And yeah, have a terrific day. See you later, Sammy.